Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Charlton Athletic guys, in the Carabao Cup quarter-final guys. Yes guys, we're now in the semi-finals, looking forward to that now. Two-legged semi-final games upcoming now, looking forward to those two games as well. But anyway guys, let's get straight to this video. So we made 8 changes from the last game against Burnley. Talking about the start 11, so we started with Heaton, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Malacia, McTominay, Fred, Antony, Mainu, Garnacho and Elanga. Get into the overall reaction now. 2 late Rashford goals sends United through to semi-finals. Yes, get in. Magic Marcus. Semi-final bound. We got the job done. Great result. Another 3 goals. It was a deserved win. Some players looked rusty. United controlled the game. We had chances, but not many. We were not making the right decisions in the final third. We had to work hard for it. Made the game more competitive with the changes that were made. Garnacho was bright. Great goal by Antony. Kept giving possession away too easily. Too many misplaced passes. The defence wasn't troubled. Offensively could have done better. We had plenty of possession. We made some good runs in from behind. Some sloppy individual performances. We should have seen the game out earlier. We should have been more ruthless. 40 minutes of the second half was poor. Charlton made it difficult for us. Charlton tried to get us on the counter-attack or wait for a mistake. We were losing out in the midfield battle in the second half. United invited Charlton back in the game. The substitutions made an impact. Last 5 minutes, Pellistri changed the game. Pellistri was direct. We had more chances. Rashford scored 2 late goals. Let's keep it going. Let's take it one game at a time. First half was good. Second half was okay. Overall, okay performance. Win done and clean sheet done. Through to the semi-finals. Anyway guys, what did I make of the performance? The performance as a whole was okay. It was decent enough to get to the semi-finals. I don't think it was a great performance overall as a whole. I think you look at that game as a perspective. I thought we controlled the game very well in the first half. Second half, we had to work for it. I thought, Charlton definitely came at us in the second half, but I think that was down to us inviting them back into the game. We should have seen out the game a lot earlier, and we should have been a lot more ruthless in the second half as well. So that game should have been done and buried early in the second half, and then we could have easily took off the substitutions and players didn't, and then we didn't probably need to throw on players the likes of Rashford, Casemiro, and those sort of guys to get us out of the shit. But at the end of the day, it was an okay performance as a whole. I don't think it was a great performance overall. It wasn't our best. We know that for sure. But obviously, coming into games like this against Charlton, it's all about not getting too complacent. You don't want to get too carried away, and you don't want to take games lightly. So we had to go with the right mindset and the right mentality. Teams like Charlton go to Old Trafford and try the cup upset as well. So in games like this, you have to stay alert, stay concentrated, and stay focused at all times. So in these cup competitions, you have to be on top of your game, and I thought we were as well. So I thought we were deserved winners. Obviously, we scored 2 late goals in the second half, and it's good that we didn't concede in a game like this, because I think if we would have conceded, there would have been, questions would have been asked as well. So I think, at the end of the day, I thought the game management was really good and decision making was very good as well. So all in all, overall, I thought it was an okay performance, not our best performance, but as we know that for sure. But it was only Charlton away at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup. So obviously teams are going to come to Old Trafford and try everything that they've got. But they tried everything that they had. Charlton, they gave us a good game. Obviously with the changes that were made, it made the game a lot more competitive as well. So it was all about that. We had to stay switched on, and we had to be able to defend well as a team, and we did that well as well. So Charlton did, when they got on the front foot in the second half, they did really nothing with it. So, but at the end of the day, it's another win for United, another clean sheet, and semi-final bound, here we come. Magic Marcus got us out of the shit again, and he's still in form, keeping going as well himself. So let's take it one game at a time. We don't want to get too carried away. Let's keep up this good confidence and this good momentum. We don't want to let it go away all of a sudden. We know that we're only 2 games away now from Wembley, so let's keep up this good work at the minute, lads. And you're 180 minutes away from getting to Wembley now, so 2 games to go and we're at Wembley. So you've got to do your 2 games here, home and away, and first up we're away. So let's get the away fixture out of the way with first, and then take it back home, and hopefully we'll see ourselves in the Carabao Cup final next month as well. So yeah, getting into the game now. Thought the first half has started. I thought United started not too bad, to be honest. I think, as we all would have predicted, we had most of the possession in this game as well. So we had plenty of possession. It was all about what we did with that. It was all about what we did with that possession. Obviously, Garnacho from the start was bright, made some great runs in from behind, and got in between the lines. We had, we didn't really create many chances in the first half. And, but it was all about, we took our chances when we needed to as well. And, I thought we had a good start on the front foot. Had a few opportunities, didn't have many on goal, didn't really test the goalkeeper as much as we would have wanted to. So, I thought we got on the front foot, put pressure onto them, did well. We deservedly took the lead, 1-0. Great goal by Antony. A nice curling effort, as he always does. It's the second time he's done that now, so great goal by Antony. Then you probably been thinking, we were 1-0 up, probably try to see the game out and put it away in the first half, but I thought United did well in terms of controlling the game and dominating the game in the first half. Charlton, couldn't even get a sniff of, they couldn't really get hold of possession, so it was all us, and we all would have predicted that we would have had most of the possession in this game for sure. So but yeah, no, I think in the first half United controlled, dominated the game. I think we should have been more ruthless and more aggressive. I think we sort of slowed down the intensity and the tempo in the game when we went 1-0 up as well, and I don't think that was really necessary. I think United were comfortable, but we should have been more ruthless and more aggressive, and we should have probably put the game away earlier in the second half. Then we wouldn't have needed to score those 2 late goals towards the end. So it's just the way how you manage the game better, and we could have done it better for sure. But yeah, in the first half it wasn't too bad. I thought controlled the game very well. Had a few opportunities, not many, but when we had those chances we took them as well, which was brilliant. Great goal by Antony, which you can't fault. Second half wise, I don't think it was great. I think Dean Holden tried to see a reaction from his players. Obviously, Charlton, the game was a good game in the end. Obviously, when we make 8 changes like that, you're going to see a performance like that from Manchester United. Obviously, there was players out there that look rusty. Obviously, one player being Kobe Mainoo as well, getting his debut, and obviously Tom Heaton as well, getting his debut as well. So, there was, definitely players out there that definitely had an influence in this game to, get us over the line. But definitely, we did well in terms of, defending well in the second half. We could have done better in the second half. For 40 minutes of that second half, we were not brilliant. It was all Charlton. We invited them back into the game. We should have seen the game out earlier for sure. We should have been more ruthless, but Charlton made it difficult for us. And obviously Charlton were hitting us on the counter attack or waiting for a mistake. So, but they had more control in that midfield. I think they won that midfield battle. Obviously our midfield wasn't great, and that was where we were just losing out in the midfield in the second half, unfortunately. And that's why they just got more on the front foot, and I think they were winning the second balls a lot more, so which made it a lot more difficult for Manchester United in the second half. So, but yeah, no, I think obviously, they had a spell of, 40 minutes where they were really good, for sure. And obviously, then it was all about turning to the substitutions, then it was all about turning to the bench. And we knew that the quality was going to get the better of these lot as well. So it was all about, the substitutions made an impact coming off the bench, and we knew that as well. And, the quality was going to definitely get the better of them. And I think, obviously then, because we were performing poorly in the second half, Ten Hag had to make those changes. But those changes, but when those changes came on, they changed the game. They made an impact coming off the bench. We created more chances. But I think we could have done better still with those when those changes came on as well. So we could have been a lot more better in terms of being offensively. I think offensively it was not the right decision making in the final third, and that's why it made it difficult for us. And I think, you know, there was times where maybe we could have took the extra pass and we were just shooting from distance. So it's all about game management and decision making in this game as well. And we could have done it better for sure, but it wasn't our greatest performance, as we know. But then obviously substitutions make an impact. Casemiro makes an impact in the midfield. You could see it right away when he came on. Obviously, Marcus Rashford as well, he makes an impact as well. So those balls going to Rashford. Rashford was more ruthless and direct, and then obviously we saw Pellistri come off the bench, and it's great that he's got a chance to come off the bench and make an impact as well himself. So Pellistri came on and actually changed the game, because when the first lot of substitutions came on, I don't think we did nothing with it. I think we still offensively could have done better, but then when Pellistri came on, he was more direct, and we definitely were more aggressive and more ruthless, and we made the runs in from behind, and we got in between the lines, and that was when we saw out the game 2-0. Then after, when it was 2-0, we scored another one for 3-0. So yeah, overall it was an okay performance. Wasn't our best performance, but we know now we have to up it now. This is the semi-finals now against Nottingham Forest. We're away first, so which is probably good as well. Let's get that away fixture out of the way. We're first, so this is the semi-final now, boys, in a major cup competition, and semi-final now away from home. Let's not take it lightly. Let's not get complacent. This is a chance to put this tie away in the first leg, if you can do as well. So we probably will expect changes, but I think Ten Hag will look to go strong as well in a game like this as well. So to try and see this, try and get it done in the first leg as well. So we'll be tough at Forest, and but we'll give it everything that we've got, definitely for sure. And we have to get the right game plan and definitely try get this tie and done and dusted with it the first leg if we can. If not, then we'll definitely do Forest at home for sure. So without a doubt, 110%. So, but yeah, overall, not our great performance. We're gonna have to up it now in the semi-finals now over the 2 legs. Looking forward to it. Overall, it was a good enough performance to take us through to the semi-finals. We weren't at our best. We had to work hard in the second half to put the game away, but Charlton made it difficult for us in the second half. Yeah, they did. I think that was just down to us. I think we were obviously comfortable in that second half. I thought we defended really well. But what we did was we invited them back into the game. I think what Charlton changed was the fact that they won the midfield battle. And obviously our midfield wasn't great with Kobe Mainoo and McTominay and Fred being there. But I think what they did was Charlton got back to their basics. They were winning the second balls, winning the 50-50s, winning the duels, winning the 1v1s as well. That's what they did though. I think they were winning the basics. They got back to the basics and they won that in the midfield. And obviously they came on the front foot, had some opportunities themselves. Obviously Tom Heaton did well to keep them at bay and wasn't really troubled himself, but I thought the defence did fantastically well. So all praise to the defence as well. But I think offensively wise, we could have done better in the first half and the second half for sure. I think in the first half it was all down to the decision making in the final third, which could have been better with. Obviously in the second half when the substitutions came on, the likes of Casemiro, Eriksen, Marcus Rashford came on to change the game. Could have done better then, but at least we were more ruthless and more aggressive in that second half. Took us time to get going in that second half for sure. I think it was that Pellistri change that really changed the game for Manchester United. And I think when that Elanga change was made for Pellistri finally getting his chance at Old Trafford, getting his debut, obviously got an assist as well. It's brilliant. We want to keep it going. Pellistri was more direct. We were more aggressive in the last 10 minutes of the game. We knew that the quality was going to show in this game. It paid off. Charlton made us work hard in the second half, made it difficult for us, but they did well. Dean Holden and his team can take away some good positives from that. They did well to trouble us, but at the end of the day, the quality just got the better of them. They'll fall short, but they can be proud of their work. They did well. All the better for the rest of the season. We just got to keep chipping away. Semi-finals now. Let's not get too complacent. You're 2 games away now to go into Wembley. 180 minutes to go. Let's go and do it against Nottingham Forest in a major cup competition in the Carabao Cup. Let's go and do it. Marcus Rashford is a man on fire at the moment. That's now 7 goals in all competitions. He just can't stop scoring. It's brilliant. Rashford's got his head down now, which I'm proud about. He's enjoying his football a lot more now. He's a top professional. He's got a smile back on his face. He's enjoying his football a lot more now as well. Obviously Marcus Rashford has been one of Ten Hag's main guys, and obviously Ten Hag's really done well to get him back to his best. Brilliant. I think it's brilliant to see Marcus Rashford back to his best, and it's what we want to see from Marcus Rashford. He's a brilliant top professional. We want to keep this going. We want to keep Marcus Rashford happy. He's doing well for Manchester United, and obviously a good run of form. The man's on fire at the minute. can't stop scoring, you know, with a quick movement in the box, very skillful, quick with his feet, definitely does well to frustrate the defenders. But that's what we like to see, Marcus Rashford, and he's not been like that now for a long time. To see him back to his best is brilliant, fantastic, and we want to keep it going, definitely, for sure. Who's my man of the match? A difficult one, to be honest. I thought Tom Heaton didn't play that bad, to be honest. He did well. Delo as well. Obviously got unfortunate that he got taken off in this game as well. But the two centre-backs, Maguire and Martinez, had a not bad game as well. Malacia did well as well. Fred as well, not too bad. McTominay could have been better. Antony had a good game as well with that good goal as well. Mainu, give it a good go as well. Garnacho didn't do too bad as well. And I thought Elanga, again, just frustrating to watch from Elanga, unfortunately. I think overall, for me, I think you're probably going to have to give it to two players that came off the bench. I think it's got to be Casemiro and Marcus Rashford. Changed the game in the second half. It's delightful to see. Obviously, it does take these two players to see out the game, but it is what it is. Quality got the better of Charlton. We won the game 3-0, so I've got to have to give it to Casemiro, Marcus Rashford. They're both delightful when they came off the bench, for sure. Antony beat Nottingham Forest in the first leg. This will be a tough game now. Obviously, this is the semi-finals now. This is it, boys. You know, I think Ten Hag's got to say to these guys, look, guys, you're 2 games away from Wembley now. We've got the first leg at Nottingham Forest. This is a Nottingham Forest side that are vulnerable, very inconsistent. You know, we're going away from home first, so it's going to be a difficult place to go first, but let's deal with that situation first. And I think Ten Hag's going to have to get, I think what to expect in this game. I think Ten Hag's going to have to go with his strongest 11 that he can possibly go with, because I think, you know, we've got obviously games before that, so I think we have to go out and make sure that we do our best at Forest. It's never easy to go to Forest because it's a tough place to go and win. So, you know, we have to be on top of our game from minute 1 to minute 90. I think this is a game that's going to be competitive. I think it could be end to end. I think there could be loads of chances here. I think, you know, Forest, you know, their best players probably missing this game now due to injury as well. And Dean Henderson, he was the player that actually got Forest to the semi-finals, and also there were the best players, Brennan Johnson as well. So they're without their main goalkeeper for this game, which is good. So at least we can go into that game now against Forest with confidence on our backs as well. We know that this is a cup competition as well. We know that Forest are going to absolutely give it everything that they've got. They know they want to cause an upset as well. They've done it to teams before, so it's all about that we have to go in with the game, and we have to go into this game with the right mindset and the right mentality. We've got to prepare well for a game like this against Nottingham Forest. But this Forest side, you know, they're very inconsistent, they're very vulnerable at the back. You can get at this defence for sure. We're beating them early in the season 3-0 at Old Trafford, so and it just went to show with the quality that we had in that game for sure. And I think the quality will show again in this game. I think Forest, you know, they're gonna give it everything that they've got. They'll give it absolutely 110% that they've got. They know that they're in a major cup semi-final, and we are as well. So you don't want to get complacent in a game like this. You don't want to take it lightly. You don't want to underestimate this team because they're very good on their day. So we have to turn up to this game against Forest. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. It's at their place first. Their fans make it the 12th man. So when those players are on the front foot, they're definitely going to. Their fans are really going to get behind their team. So in a game like this, it's all about getting that first goal is going to be important. So in a game like this, going to Nottingham Forest, a tough place to go, it's all about getting that first goal. So if we can get that first goal as early as we can, it'll shut up their fans. And then obviously then it's all about what we want to do in terms of possession, in and out of possession. And I think that's going to be so vital in a game like this, because I think maybe Forest could have plenty of the ball in this game, but I think this is where Ten Hag's got to say, well, this is a game that we've got to win the midfield battle in. So I think he's going to have to use Casemiro in this game as well. So I think Casemiro will be a vital part in this midfield battle. And I think if we can win that midfield battle against Forest, and Forest are a team where they're very good, they're well drilled, and we have to be ready for that sort of game against Forest, because they'll look to hurt us, they'll look to cause us trouble. They'll definitely be dangerous on the break as well. They'll look to counter-attack us as well. So we have to be alert at all times. We have to defend well, and we have to prepare well for this game against Forest. Won't be easy, will be tough, but you have to say to these players, turn up to this fixture. You've got a good opportunity here to beat Forest at their place in the first leg in the semi-finals. Be nice to get this over and done with in the first leg, but will be a competitive game. Forest will give it everything that they've got, and we have to do our bit here of staying focused, stay concentrated, stay alert, defend well in a game like this, and give Forest a good game. So, but it's all about getting the first goal in this game. If we can get the first goal in this game, I think it'll be a long game for Forest to get back into for sure. And then it's all about what you want to do in terms of the game management and the decision making, how we want to and what we want to do in terms of seeing the game out. So it's definitely for sure get the first goal, then you want to kill it off with the second. So for sure that's going to be vital in a game like this of getting the first goal. But what do we know about Forest? You know, they're very inconsistent. You know, their fans are going to try and make it the 12th man. It's their FA Cup final as well, so they're going to absolutely give it everything that they've got. They'll want to cause an upset. They'll look to give it everything that they've got. You know, they'll try to be organised. They'll be well drilled. They'll be tight and compact. They'll be organised as well. They'll try and play with a low block. They'll look to counter-attack us as well and try live on moments and opportunities and maybe wait for a mistake from us as well. But when they get moments, they'll look to take them as well. Defensively, we're vulnerable, so we know that they're definitely vulnerable at the back. And considering that they play with 5 at the back, you can still get at that defence for sure. But they will give us a physical game, and they'll make the right decisions going forward as well. They like to go forward as well, so we have to be on top of our game in this one against Forest. So it's never easy, but we'll look forward to this challenge, and it's all about the right game plan in this game, and let's give them a good game. And hopefully the quality will show in this game, but we've got to defend properly. Defensively, we've got to be organised. We need to be tight and compact. Defensively, frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take your chances. We've got to be clinical, get the crosses into the box, drag them out of position. Set pieces could come into play, maybe. Need to play with width, get in between the lines, close them down, don't let them get back in the game. We have to do the basics right. Game management and decision making will be key in a game like this. Got to get tight, don't let them get a shot off, sustain attacks, do the basics, win your 50s, win the second balls and win your duels and win your 1v1s. Put them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective, force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes, make runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position and be explosive. And stay alert, stay focused, and stay concentrated, and that's what it's all about in games like this. And don't get too complacent. Don't underestimate this team because they're very good on their day. And both teams will look to turn up to this one, so we have to be on top of our game from minute 1 to minute 90. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Fred runs, guides it to Antony. Antony controls it and scores a great curling effort for 1-0. Second goal, Garnacho passed the ball to Casemiro. Brilliant ball from Casemiro to Pellistri. Pellistri runs, sees Rashford, and Rashford scores for 2-0. Pellistri passed the ball to Casemiro. Casemiro sees Rashford. Rashford controls it and scores for 3-0. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was 69.5%, and for Charlton it was 30.5%. Goals for Man United, it was 3, for Charlton it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 21, and for Charlton it was 5. Shots on target for Man United, it was 5, and for Charlton it was 2. Total passes for Man United, it was 611 passes, and for Charlton it was 265 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United, it was 87.4%, and for Charlton it was 69.4%. Getting to the substitutions now. Delo went off for Wan-Bissaka. Talk about Diogo's performance. Had a couple of touchy exchanges with Antony before he was forced off injured in the 35th minute. Mainly went off for Casemiro. Talk about Kobe's performance. A respectable debut that lasted an hour. Mainly enjoyed some decent interplay in the final third before Casemiro replaced him. Antony went off for Rashford. Talk about Antony's performance. Scored his 5th United goal, and it was his best yet. A majestic left foot curler. Too quiet thereafter. A trend the Brazilian can't shake off. Fred went off for Ericsson. Talking about Fred's performance. Played proactively and found Antony for the opening goal. Struck the inside of the post direct from a free kick. Strangely substituted on the hour. Elanga went off for Pellistri. Talk about Antony's performance. Lacked presence and barely touched the ball in the first half. Well offside when he taked in for a disallowed goal in the second. Next up we've got Nottingham Forest now in the semi-finals in the first leg at Forest. This is going to be a big game for both teams. I think both teams are going to look to definitely play well in a game like this. Obviously, we know what Forest are all about. They're a great team. We know what the qualities that they'll bring on the day. Forest are a team that they don't like to back down. Forest know that they're in a major cup competition in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. They look to going to take it seriously. I think for Manchester United, it's all about the right mindset, the right mentality, prepare well for a game like this. Forest away is not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. Their fans are going to try and make it as awkward as they can do, but Forest are a good team on the day. On the day, they play well. It's one of their best players in this game as well. Forest are a good team on their day. We've got to be able to turn up to a game like this against Forest. You're in the semi-finals now in the Carabao Cup. We're only 2 games away now from Wembley now as well. We've got to perform well from start to finish in this one against Forest. It's not easy, but we have to be ready for it. Ten Hag with a very good game plan in place. And a game like this, I think it'll be competitive. Forest like to, get on the front foot early. Definitely try and make this game competitive as they can do in the opening 10-15 minutes. But I think in a game like this, it's all about the first goal. I think if we can get the first goal in a game like this against Forest, it will be massive, it will be big. It's all about, you've got to take on that good momentum and that confidence. You want to build on it and you want to try and get the second goal and put the game away. In a game like this against Forest, we have to be on top of our game from minute 1 to minute 90. It's not easy. We don't want to take this game lightly. We don't want to underestimate them because they're a good side. Turn up well on their days. We have to be able to be on top of our game. It's all about how well we can defend in a game like this. It's also about what we do in and out of possession as well. Got to defend properly, and I think the quality will show in this game for sure. And I think if we can get that first goal, control and dominate this game, Forest will be probably know that they'll be in it for a long game. So I think we've got to definitely take our chances when we can do. We want to be ruthless, we want to be aggressive, we want to be relentless, we want to sustain our attacks. We've got to bring that energy, we've got to bring that high intensity, and we've got to bring that high tempo to them. We put them under pressure, the quality will show, and I think we've got to try do that yet again in this game against Forest. We've already beaten them 3-0. We can do it yet again in this game around. I think Ten Hag looked to make a couple of changes, but he'll try and go with his best 11 that he can go with to go and beat Forest. We need everything out of the team. We've got to be at our best. We have to give it 110% that we've got in the game. We have to give it absolutely everything that we've got. Got to be on our game from minute 1 to minute 90. Prepare well for this game. Go with the right mindset and the right mentality. The quality will show. But I think we've just got to stay patient, stay comfortable. The quality will show. They'll get tired out in the second half. And I can guarantee when the first goal goes in, and it's all about getting that first goal. If we score that first goal, that's going to be vital in this game, because then you want to try control, dominate the game, build on it, get the second goal, kill the game off. And that's what we want to do in a game like this against Nottingham Forest. We've got to play with courage, we've got to play with intent, play with conviction and purpose, and we've got to turn up to a game like this as well. Forest are scoring 2.5 goals per game. Forest are conceding 0.5 goals per game, but don't forget though, that defence is still vulnerable for sure. And Forest are 13th in the Premier League. The players to look out for are Hennessy, Cook, Worrell, Williams, Toffolo, Aurier, McKenna, Bolly, Lodin, Danilo, Mangala, Colback, Gibbs-White, Lingard, O'Brien, Yates, Fowler, Surridge, Johnson and Dennis. Hope you guys enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the video in the next couple of days, and peace.